So yeah, I'm Anne Cuthbert. I'm a poet. I write and perform poetry.
Yes, and I've seen you do lots of times. But you, I mean, saying you're a fraud, come on. You've got loads of poems published.
Yes, I have.
Yes.
I've got, yeah, online and in print, and
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got my own a chapbook that was published in 2017 by Blacklight Engine Room Press. So yeah, a local press.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
yes. So, yes, sister, you need to be proud of that. So, when and how did you first get involved in poetry?
right. Well, I've always been interested in it, but really when I retired, because I sort of could join in with more things.
Yeah.
So I joined a local writing group, a writing group in Darlington, the Bennett House Writers. I started going to the open mic nights in Darlington that are now run by Darlington for Culture.
Yeah.
And then I met other people there who were writing poetry. People like, I suppose, like the Vain Women, who were a Darlington based group.
Yeah.
Jo Colley, she was putting events on and things, and so I got more that way into the performing sort of side of it.
Yeah.
Although I wasn't really performing, I was just like reading my
Yeah.
poems.
So
Then I actually started, I did a Open University creative writing course.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. So that sort of like opened up different aspects and
Yeah.
things, and I met other people,
Yeah.
and got interested. Well, there was the National Poetry Writing Month, as it used to be
Yes.
called. It was a Facebook group. So I joined that and I got to know some other people. Went to workshops, got to know other people like Mandy Maxwell, for example, and she was the one really who put me on to Blacklight Engine Room.
Okay, right. It's amazing how we're all connected, isn't it?
I know. And then there, of course, I met some more poets, and they told me about the Tees Women poets, and and that was it. And I just loved everything that everybody was doing, and I thought, yeah, I want to be part of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you remember your very first open mic performance? Can you remember it?
The first thing that, well, I mean, as I say, I was going to the Darlington open mic and just reading my stuff. But the first proper performance I did was with Tees Women.
Yeah.
And we did a sort of, it was all about spring.
Yeah.
And we were all putting poems together about different myths to do with spring. And we performed that at Easington, I think it was. Yeah, it was over in Easington.
Nice.
So I really enjoyed that. And then the next one, again with Tees Women, was we responded to some of the works of art. Louise Bourgeois, there was an exhibition at MEMA of her sculptures, and we responded to different of the works of art. But one of the best thing about that was we actually then went into MEMA and performed our poems with the sculptures, and it was it was great.
Nice,
it was like a sort of walk. We took the audience with us through the gallery, and it ended up performing. I was performing underneath this great big spider, which was absolutely fantastic. Really good. And so I got the bug then.
Yeah. So what inspired you to first venture into it? What, you said when you retired.
Yes.
I was written, but then when you retired, you decided.
So retiring was the trigger for. I mean, it gave me more time, really. I mean, it's the usual thing. You always say when I was a kid, I always said I'm going to be a writer.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, there wasn't any careers advice about being a writer.
Yeah.
So I ended up being I was an English teacher, and so I was always involved with poetry, but never performing it or anything. But then I suppose when I retired, I had more time to do stuff. And also I wanted a new direction. I wanted something to keep me interested and keep me motivated and everything. And so that was really how I got into it. Yeah. That's what
great.
inspired me. If you like.
And you know, you see a lot. I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, but sometimes when I see like competitions or other things that say young emerging writers, that always annoys me, because emerging writers aren't always, you know.
No, they're not always you.
Sometimes we've lived a bit of life and then we emerge from that. So
that's it. Yeah.
So I think that's something else that needs to change. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah.
So what are you? Who or what are your major influences? Have you got any in your writing or inspirations? Particular poets or artists or?
I've got, I suppose, I mean, again, going back to like school, really, I always, we always had really good English teachers. In primary school, you did actually do quite a lot of poetry. And although it might seem a bit old fashioned now, some of the stuff, you know, like Kipling and Hilaire Belloc and things like that, and you sort of like, then you pick up a lot about rhythm and also about how to actually grab an audience, if you like, because some of those old poems, they're very haunting, and they're very, you know, they stay with you. There's lines that stay with you. So I like that sort of stuff. What else? Well, you have to learn it by heart as well, which is all very useful for being a performance poet. You know, you're learning poems off by heart.
And that's nerve-wracking, isn't it, the first time? Have you ever forgotten?
Yeah.
We've all done it, haven't we?
Well, yeah, when you just like totally lose the line or whatever, and then it's not so bad. And actually, I find if your poem does rhyme, it gives you, or if you've got some sort of like rhyme across it, doesn't have to be an end rhyme. That's like a trigger, doesn't it? That's sort of like, and you think, well, how do you? But I know when we were doing it was the Rare Birds with, you know, Natalie Scott's Rare Birds, and just trying to get something that you knew linked to the next bit that you could so, because when you're reading when you are performing somebody else's work,
I know that's the added pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't want to
but you all rocked that, didn't you? It was like, it was amazing.
That was, again, I mean, that was brilliant. I absolutely loved it, and just the whole setting and everything that we did it in the courtroom the second time. Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed that. But I'm trying to think what else. If I'm like, I like trying out different forms and things.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've done that actually has gone down quite well is I just got this idea of trying some grime, you know, like.
Oh, I was there. Right.
And I know, I mean, it's totally out of my experience and perhaps even out of my sort of cultural background, but I did a bit of research on it, and there's a poet called Patience Agbabi who she'd rewritten, if you like, the Canterbury Tales, but done it with grime rhythm.
Right, okay.
And it was fascinating to see and just get it. It was great. So I had to look at that to get the rhythm and everything.
Yeah.
And then a performance poet called, I think you probably pronounce it Debris Stevenson, who does this grime poetry theatre, and absolutely fantastic. So I'm always open to all these other influences, really.
The grime granny.
But
I remember your performance at Diverse.
Oh yes,
that was really good. There was a poet there, wasn't there, who was really taken with you?
Yeah, he was. Well, I mean, he was a proper grime artist. So I was a bit worried about that, but in fact, he quite liked it and said we'll have to get together and do it, which would have actually been quite good. But then I don't think we've got around to it. But yeah, that's good. And I do like writing from art. There's a really good website called Visual Verse, and they post an image every month.
Oh, I'm going to write that down.
Yes, do. It's really good. And because what you're supposed to do is just look at the image and then just respond immediately to it.
Ah, okay.
And that's, I find that it makes me just, you know, you just go with it. and you're not thinking about it too much.
Yeah. Because sometimes you can overthink, can't you?
Yeah, which is that's good for me, because I'll spend that.
So that's a really good,
Yeah.
So you mentioned Open University, and you were an English teacher.
Yeah.
So, but formally, have you been educated in creative writing? Is it self-taught?
Formally, well, as I said, I did the course with the OU. So I've got a degree, if you like, in well, actually, it was creative writing in Spanish, but yeah,
together,
it was quite interesting. Yeah, doing the two together.
Wow.
So I know a lot of like the formal sort of approach, if you like. But what that didn't do was show me how the performance side of things. So and again, I mean, that's where the Tees Women Poets has just been absolutely fantastic.
It is. It's great, isn't it? I mean, it's such a great group, especially, and I think we've really, really grown, haven't we, over the last few years?
Absolutely, yeah. And just and I suppose again that's like influences and inspirations. You get that from the other people in the group.
I agree.
Instead of just being left to your own devices. And seeing how people do things, that's an inspiration as well, and thinking, oh well, maybe I could try it that way.
I agree completely. So you mostly work alone, is that true?
Yeah, I do, but again, with Tees Women, that sort of collaboration, doing that Louise Bourgeois thing, but also there was a small group of us who it was Boathouse Theatre, a group,
that's right,
at Stockton, and we co-wrote and performed a piece that was like linked to Greetham Creek, the boathouse community that had existed there. And then we performed it actually in Stockton High Street. We thought we were going to be on a boat, but in the end we just stood next to a boat. But anyway, it's all right.
Same thing.
But I mean, and that was great. And I absolutely loved working with it was Sarah, Kirsten, and Diane. And again, just like, it was almost like a call and response, somebody would write something and then we'd write in response to that. And it was fantastic. Really enjoyed that.
I did see some of the recording of that, actually. It was really, really good. So you practice, do you write at home mostly, or I know you'd go to writing groups, but the majority of your writing, do you do it at home?
I do, at my desk, because otherwise I won't concentrate. So I make myself. I mean, it sounds funny. I love it. I love doing it, but I've got to like make myself do it at the same time. I know if I'm sitting at my desk and I get my notebook out, and then that's it. I'm going to do something.
So if you say, have you got a gig coming up and you're going to perform, do you practice at home that as well? Do you practice at home? Really,
I do. And I've more and more started like watching myself as well, practice.
Oh really? Have you?
Yeah, because
like in a mirror?
Not that, I mean, just like recording it and watching it, because that's one of the challenges. I've always been all right at reading stuff. I can read, but it's doing the actions, if you like, as well, isn't it? It's trying to do everything at the same time and seeing how you're actually looking and looking looking at.
How long have you been doing that?
I not so long, since doing the doing Natalie's Rare Birds.
Oh, okay, right.
Because with taking on the persona that we did, I wanted to see, what it looked like and what it sounded like, and I knew we were going to be like on a big stage and all the rest of it. But so also,
that helps. Does that help? Has it helped your performance, do you think? That's I never have thought of that. That's a really great idea.
Because you're conscious of little things that you might do that like actually detract. I think when you're performing, you think you've got to like have lots of actions and things, but
Yeah.
that can be a distraction.
Right.
And
Okay.
it's about knowing as well when to just be still
Yeah.
or do a little movement. I mean, Churston is absolutely brilliant at that,
Oh,
isn't
she
she?
is. Yeah.
With the
No.
Tees Women and watching her and just seeing how one little gesture
Yeah.
can convey so
Yeah.
much.
No.
And yeah, so and
Yeah.
then having to watch myself when we were doing those videos for the Festival of Thrift,
Oh.
and just
Oh God. I don't know about you with that, but I got to the point where I was going to throw my phone away because just kept
yeah,
getting it wrong, and you just have to
I
keep
know.
stopping
And
and
then
starting.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
just yeah.
But hey,
So yes, I do, but then you can go too far, can't you, with the practice? You don't. This
I
is the
know.
other thing with performance. You want it to seem as though it's not practiced, as it were. And
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it's all things like that that I'm still. It's all a challenge, and making
It
yourself
is.
do
Well,
it is everything.
I've always enjoyed every time I've seen you perform, and I think you know what I mean. So,
Okay. Well, and I do
cool.
enjoy doing it. I do enjoy it when I get going.
So, well, it sounds to me like the creative arts are very important to you.
Yes, they
So,
are.
can you?
Um,
I mean, I know this is a weird question because when you ask somebody who's in the creative arts why they are important to you, and why do you think they're important generally to the population out there?
Right. Well, for me personally, it's a way of like keeping calm. Really, sometimes things happen, don't they? And everybody's got things going on in their lives and
Yeah,
whatever. But if you can, if I can go and concentrate just for a short space of time on writing something or researching something, then it is very calming, and it gets rid of a lot of stress. So that's important. And I think,
yeah,
like I said before, when I retired, I thought to myself, this is the worst thing I've ever done, is retire, because I did it first because I thought I need something to like
yeah. Oh,
keep me
wow.
going, keep my brain going. So I think creative, whether you're watching something or whether you're actually creating it yourself, it keeps your brain
Yes,
going, isn't
yeah,
it? And
yeah. I agree.
yeah. I,
Absolutely.
and I think as you get older as well, and I am getting older, it's good to like look at things in a different way, not always just do things the same way, not always see things in the same way, but just always wanting to
Yeah, yeah.
like
New
find out about
challenges.
things. And
Yeah, 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 yeah.
so that's good for me as well. And
Good.
I mean, as I say, the performance thing is very challenging, but just like learning all the material and thinking about how you're going to perform it.
Mm.
And also, I think this whole idea of you can be outside of yourself. You don't have,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. You can be
You do
someone
find
different.
that as well.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can be someone different, can't you?
yeah,
Yeah, absolute. Oh, yeah. And I think
yeah.
that's,
And
yeah,
I think that's good for young people
yeah,
and for older people
yeah,
to see that you can work your way through things by becoming, if you like, somebody else. And you can
yeah,
do that with the arts, can't
yeah.
you?
You
Yeah.
can. Do you think you're more confident since you started performing? As generally, or were you always confident?
No, I wasn't particularly confident. Just thinking about this. Yeah, I think what it is, it's been good for me at that stage of my life, I
Yeah,
think, to have that confidence as you're getting older, and to think that you've still got something to offer and you've still got things to learn as well. And so, yes, it has. I mean, I know that, they always say this, don't they? But that sort of positivity as well. Like, as I say, I can sit down to write or to think about how I'm going to perform, and it gives you like a feeling of positivity.
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And lockdown, how have you coped? You done loads of stuff?
yeah, actually, it's been all right for me. Well, I mean, it didn't affect me financially. It's given me a lot more time. I've
Yeah,
done a lot more walking about and noticing things around about local stuff, and that's all fed into my work.
yeah.
So I've had loads of time to. Gone through all my a lot of my old stuff and thought, well, why not? I'm going to just send it out,
I,
and I've been quite successful as well.
yeah,
So
I did the same. It's amazing, isn't it? When you look at stuff you've written years ago and you think, actually, that's all right.
I know, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you think you've been more creative during the lockdown than you
I
normally?
think I have. I
Yeah.
think
So
I
it's
have
been a positive
definitely.
experience,
Yeah.
all in all.
I know a lot of people have said that they can't that it hasn't been for them
Yeah,
and that they've not
yeah.
written much at all. But
I think a lot of people have gone either way, haven't they? It's
yeah,
either been,
must be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Anne Cuthbert,
Yes.
we've reached the end of our
All
little
right.
interview.
Okay.
It's been
And
nice to see you. It's weird seeing you there. I mean, I just can't wait for us to be back to
I know.
face to
Well,
face.
that's been one of the things I've missed, and just being able to like share your stuff and well talk. I mean, we have met up a little bit,
Yeah, we
but
have.
yeah, and being able to take part in events actually
Yeah, because
in
we were doing so
take
much,
part.
weren't we? Like
Yeah,
live. Yeah, that has been hard. I think it's been
yeah,
hard for everybody though, hasn't it?
I think
Yeah.
so.
We'll
But
get it back.
we did do the Festival of Thrift, albeit
Yeah,
oh
we
like
did. And they
yes,
were good.
it was
The
good.
videos were good. I watched all of them. They
Yeah,
were really good. Yeah, I did like
yeah,
them all. So
yeah.
yeah. Well, have a wonderful rest of day,
Thank you, and you.
and I hopefully I'll see you soon.